Hello, friends. Welcome to the third scene of Act 2, The Twelfth Night. The location is a room in Olivia's house. Sir Toby, Sir Andrew, these two people are drinking. So, let us start with the speech of Sir Toby. Approach Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes. The diluculo surgere thou knowest. Diluculo surgere means, this is a Latin phrase. This means to get up at dawn time is very healthful. To which Sir Andrew answers, Nay, by my troth, I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late. So Sir Andrew is clear that, okay, if you get up late, then you are late. Sir Toby, a false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can to be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early, so that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements? So Sir Toby means to say that I hate say getting up early is something like an empty cup which is without wine. So what is the use of that? So the overall meaning is that the four elements include water and fire and all that. So wine is also a part of that, and therefore if they sleep late or get up late, then that should not be a problem. Sir Andrew, faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking. So Sir Andrew says, yes, okay, but your life or our life, it has, large part of it is eating and drinking. Sir Toby, thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marian, I say, a stoup of wine. Marian is the attendant. So Sir Toby speaks to Sir Andrew and says he is a scholar, means he is smart, he is intelligent, and therefore they should eat and drink. Enter clown. Sir Andrew's speech. Here comes the fool in faith. Clown. How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three? So clown is, because these three people have gathered, so he's asking, how are you, friends? Did you see the picture of three fools? Because the fool himself has come here. So earlier there were two fools and now he has become the third fool. Sir Toby, welcome ass. Ass is, donkey. Now let's have a catch. Catch is a song. Sir Andrew, by my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. Breast means singing ability. I had rather than 40 shillings, I had such a leg, so sweet, a breath to sing as the fool has. So he says, if I had 40 shillings. So this is only for the sake of saying, which means that the fool bows gracefully and sings so sweetly, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. In sooth, thou wast in very gracious foolings last night when thou spokest of Pigrogromitus, the Vapians passing the equinoctial Quibus. It was very good. In fact, I sent thee 6 pence for thy layman. Hadst it? So this way, Sir Andrew is trying to sound a bit astrological, as if he were a learned person in astrology, but this is nothing but humbug, meaningless things. And he said that he had sent 6 pence, means something very small, for his girlfriend, had he got it. Clown. I did Impetico thy gracility, for, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. So these import petticoats, the gracility, these are comic words, funny words, and these three people are drinking at night, so they are just having fun and they are talking funny. So for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock, means it is not the hunter of the it's not the handle of the hunter by which the people were beaten in old times. My lady has a white hand, and the myrmidon are no bottle ale houses. Myrmidons are the troops of Achilles. Achilles was a great Greek hero, So, so the lady has white hand, and the troops of Achilles were not like low class bars. So they are talking meaninglessly, nothing special. Sir Andrew, excellent. Why this is the best fooling when all is done. Now a song. So Sir Andrew says, okay, you are speaking beautifully, but okay, now please give us a song. Sir Toby, come on, there is a sixpence for you. Let's have a song. So Sir Toby also says, okay, I will give you sixpence. Sixpence, is very paltry amount, very small amount. So it is like nothing. Yes. Sir Andrew, there is a testril. Testril is again a tester, which means sixpence. So, which again, Sir Andrew says, okay, I will also give you something. So, if one knight gives a tester, if say sixpence, it is something worthwhile. Clown, could you have a love song or a song of good life? Sir Toby, love song. Sir Andrew, I care not for good life. So Andrew says, okay, I don't care for happy life or jollity. I want only a love song. Clown, oh mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting journey and in lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know. So the first stanza of the song means the lover is speaking to his beloved, he is inviting his mistress, and he is asking, why are you roaming? You stay at home and listen to me, because I am your true lover. I am coming, and we can this lover of yours can sing in high tones and in low tones. Trip no further means don't run away from me. Pretty sweeting means sweetheart. Journeys end in lovers meeting. So when we two lovers have met, our journey has come to an end. That is, we should enjoy the youth. Every wise man's son doth means does know, means everybody knows that this youth is not permanent, this is changing, so they should enjoy it. Sir Andrew, excellent, good in faith. Sir Toby, good. Clown continues the song. What is love? It's not hereafter. Means hereafter means when youth is gone, love is meaningless. Present mirth has present laughter, present enjoyment has present laughter. What is to come is still unsure, means we are not sure what will come. In delay there lies no plenty. Means if you delay in your love, the affairs of love, then youth passes away, and then there are no not much opportunities to enjoy. Then therefore, don't waste time. Come kiss me sweet and 20. So you are sweet, and not just one time sweet, but you are 20 times sweet. Youth is a stuff will not endure, and youth is something which will not wait, which will not stay, it will go away. So please come and enjoy your youth. Sir Andrew, a mellifluous voice, as I am true night. So Sir Andrew comments that the voice of the fool, Feste, is sweet as honey. Sir Toby, a contagious breath. Contagious is something, catching. Yes, which appeals. The song appeals. Sir Andrew, very sweet and contagious in faith. Sir Toby, to hear the noise, it is dulcet in contagion. Sir Toby says, to hear by the nose, it is dulcet in contagion. Means I am hearing it by nose, and I feel the sweet smell of the song. So they are taking two different meanings of the word contagion, and this is what is common about the Elizabethan audience, that they liked to have one word which has two meanings. So one word is earlier it was used contagious in the sense of making an appeal, and here it is used in a sense of contagious, which means like a disease which is transmitted from one person to another, as corona is a contagious disease. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? So Toby is asking, shall we make the sky dance? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of the weaver? Shall we do that? So as you know that these 3 people are drinking. So Sir Toby is asking a question, that the music is appealing, and shall it be such music which should attract the souls of the weavers? Because the weavers in England, they never sang this type of love songs. They hated them. They only sang the biblical psalms, the biblical hymns, and so they hated these songs. But if one would be attracted by, if a weaver would be attracted by this type of song, then definitely that will be the best song. Sir Andrew, and you love me, let us do it. I am dog at a catch. Means I am Sir Andrew tries to show himself important, and he says, I am a very good learned personality to make a judgment of a song. Clown, by our ladies, sir, and some dogs will catch well. So but the clown, he just takes the air out of Sir Andrew's claim, and he says, okay, some dogs will catch and other dogs will not catch it. So look at the word catch. Catch means music, the appeal of music. But here clown just punctures the claim of Sir Andrew by saying that some dogs will catch and others will not catch. So the meaning is different. The word is same. So this is called pun, P-U-N, pun, in the Elizabethan times. Sir Andrew, most certain, let our catch be thou knave. So now Sir Andrew says, okay, let our catch means song, be thou knave. So the song with the title thou knave, but thou knave means you rascal. So the clown says, hold thy peace, means shut up. Thou knave, knight, you rascal knight, I shall be constrained in it to call the knave knight. So he'll say, I will get you punished if you call me a rascal. Sir Andrew, it is not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace. So Sir Andrew again is boasting, and he says, now by boasting, he proves himself a fool. He says that, okay, people have called me rascal, but then I beat them. So it's no easy job calling me a rascal. So in this way he discloses to other people that he is really a fool, and that is why people call him a fool. And now the clown says, I shall never begin if I hold my peace, because Sir Andrew had ordered the clown to keep shut. Then he says, okay, if I keep shut, how can I sing? Sir Andrew, good in faith, come begin. They sing a catch, they sing a song, and Maria enters. Maria is, the attending woman on Olivia. What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him. So, what is this mewing business you are doing here? My lady means Olivia has called Malvolio. Steward is something like a servant, secretary, manager, something like this, and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me. So Maria is warning them that they were making such a noise that Olivia may probably drive them out of the house. Sir Toby, my lady is a Catain. Now, because he is drunk, he is calling her a cheat. Catain is a cheat, intriguer who quarrels. We are politicians. So politicians are different type of cheats and intriguers. Malvolio is a Pege Ramsey. So this is another type of cheating. So Sir Toby means to say that they are all cheats. And 3 merry men be we. And so we are 3 merry men means happy people. This is again a song. Now because they are drunk, so they are repeating the same thing, the titles of the song. Am not I a consanguineous? Am I not of her blood, tilly willy lady? So he says, okay, lady, I am not a sober person. Am I not a blood relation of Olivia? You nonsensical lady, he is speaking, Sir Toby is speaking to Maria. There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady. So this is another title of a song. Clown. Beshrew me, the night is in admirable fooling. Sir Andrew, he does well enough if he be disposed, and so do I too. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural. So clown is saying that indeed the knight is making a wonderful fool of himself, and Sir Andrew says that okay, he does when he is in the mood, and I also do a lot of fooling when I am in a mood, that is when they are drunk, and they are doing it with better grace, because he says I do it more natural. So rather than saying natural, he says natural, and natural in that English, Elizabethan English, meant an idiot. So again the knight is making fun of himself. Sir Toby, oh, the 12th day of December. This is again a song. Maria, for the love of God, peace. Peace means please be quiet. Enter Malvolio, who is a steward of Lady Olivia. Malvolio, my masters, are you mad, or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? So Malvolio scolds them all and calls them mad, and he says that they have no intelligence, no decency, no good manners, and they are just behaving like drunkards at this time of night. So I continue. Do you make an ale house of my lady's house? So you have turned my lady's house into a bar or a tavern. Yet where ale is sold, ale is type of wine, ale house where wine is sold. My lady's house, that he squeak means you make a noise, out of your coziers catches means the stupid songs without any mitigation or remorse of voice. So without any say consideration, is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you, that you are in the house of the countess? Do you have no respect for the countess? Sir Toby, we did keep time in our catches. Snack up. So Toby is drunk, so he will not reply straight. He will reply in his own manner, and he says, "We did keep time in our songs, and so now you go and get lost." Something like that. Malvolio. Sir Toby, I must be round with you. Round means blunt. I must be uncivil to you. My lady bade means ordered to tell you that though she harbors you, means she is giving you shelter as her kinsman. Kinsman means you are her cousin. She is nothing allied to your disorders, but she is not your partner in this drinking game and all that, making noise at night. If you can separate, means if you can go away yourself and your misdemeanors means your bad manners, you are welcome to the house. So please stop these bad manners, and then you are welcome to the house. Otherwise, you leave this house. She is very willing to bid you farewell. Means she is very eager to give you a farewell from this house. Sir Toby, farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone. This is again, the seriousness of Malvolio's counsel to Sir Toby does not work, because he is drunk and he thinks of another song which begins with farewell. Yes, Maria, nay, dear, nay, good Sir Toby clown. His eyes do show his days are almost done. So, means he is old enough. Malvolio, it is even so, Sir Toby, but I will never die. Clown, Sir Toby, there you lie. Means everybody who is born will die, so you are lying that you will never die. Malvolio, this is much credit to you. So this is your honor. So Malvolio says it very ironically. Sir Toby, shall I bid him go? This is another song. Yes. So he sings, clown, what and if you do? Sir Toby, shall I bid him go and spare not? So he sings, clown again sings another song, oh no, 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 you dare not. Sir Toby, out of time, sir, ye lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale? So Sir Toby says that he is lying because he is not a teetotaler, and therefore he asks Malvolio, okay, where to go? I mean, art any more than a steward means what is he? He is only a manager, only a servant, but he is the cousin of the lady, and so how he can be driven out of house, and he should show him the place where he is going to drive him. Dost thou think because thou art virtuous and Do you think that you are virtuous? Means because you are not drinking wine, therefore you can drive me out of my cousin's house? There shall be no more cakes and ales. And do you think because you don't drink, so the other people will also not drink? Clown. Yes, by Saint Anne. Saint Anne is mother of Virgin Mary. And ginger shall be hot in the mouth too. So they used ginger in some type of wine, particularly called ale. So the taste of ale means wine will be hot in the mouth also. So Toby will also speak hot because he is drunk. This is what Clown is saying. Sir Toby, thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs, a stoup of wine, Maria. So Sir Toby is speaking to Malvolio and says, okay, go and rub your chain. The chain which was wearing was a mark that he is the steward of Olivia. So he says, go and mind your business. And he asks Maria to give him a cup of wine. Malvolio, Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means of this uncivil rule. Now these people are being rowdy, they are indulging in revelry, they are drinking and making noise and singing songs. So Malvolio asks Mary not to give any wine if she wants the respect of her lady. She shall know of it by this, and he threatens, Malvolio threatens Maria that he himself will go and tell her. And then Malvolio goes away. Maria, go shake your ears. As if Maria is saying, as if Malvolio is an ass and he was threatening them in vain. Yes, Sir Andrew, it were as good a deed as to drink when a man is hungry, to challenge him in the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him. So Sir Andrew says, okay, when one is hungry, one must drink. To challenge others in a duel. Duel is, a wrestling competition, and then to break promise with him, and then not to fight with that person, but invite him for drinking and make a fool of him. Sir Toby, do it night. I will write thee a challenge, or I will deliver thy indignation is disrespect to him by word of mouth. So he says, okay, give somebody a challenge to fight a wrestling competition. Maria, sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight, since the youth of the Count was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. So Maria says, okay, don't cry loudly, please be quiet, because Orsino's messenger has come today, so Lady Olivia may be somewhat upset. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a knaveword and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it. So she repeats, I know I can do it. What Maria can do? Maria can, she uses the word recreation. Recreation means she will make a laughing stock of Malvolio. And another word is she uses is knaveword. Knaveword is a byword. It is used for an ass. And the other word gull. Gull means Maria threatens to make a fool of him. Sir Toby, possess us. So Sir Toby says, possess us, means please tell us how we are going to do it. Tell us something of Malvolio. Maria, Mary sir, means enjoy sir. Sometimes he is a kind of Puritan. Puritan is a man who is religious and does not take drinks, etc. Yes, he is a kind of Puritan. Sir Andrew, oh, if I thought that I would beat him like a dog. So Sir Andrew says, I hate Puritans, and he wanted to beat him. Sir Toby, what? For being a Puritan, thy exquisite reason. So here, Sir Toby, he's drunk, so rather than using the word exact, he is using exquisite. So exact reason, dear knight. I mean, what is the reason for his being Puritan? Do you think he is a Puritan, Sir Andrew? I have no exquisite reason, means I don't have any exact reason for it, but I have a reason good enough. This sentence does not mean anything, because they are drunk people and they are talking anything nonsense and they're funny things. Yes, Maria, the devil a Puritan that he is. So they are talking about Malvolio. Maria says Malvolio is a devil. What Puritan he is? He cannot be a religious person who does not drink wine and things like that, or anything constantly but a time pleaser. So he is just wasting time. An affectionate ass. So he is an ass, he is an idiot, and his manners are affected. Means he does not talk in a natural manner. That cons state without book. So cons means he learns, books by heart, pompous speeches and phrases by great learned personality, and he displays them. Utters means speaks them by great swaths, means he speaks them at huge chunks as if those speeches were his own, and he tries to show his learning with excellences. With excellences that in his ground of faith means fundamentally he believes that all that look on him love him, and so he believes that he is most important person, and all the people who are looking at him, they are very fond of him, they love him, and on that vice means bad quality, him will my revenge find cause to work. So I will take a revenge on Malvolio. Sir Toby, what wilt thou do? Sir Toby asks what Maria was going to do. Maria, I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love. So Maria says that she will drop in his way some not clear, ambiguous letters of love, wherein the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, the forehead, the complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. Means Maria would describe his personality in this letter very effectively, that Malvolio would be persuaded in thinking that this letter is absolutely written for him, and it is a love letter for him. I can write very like my lady, your niece. Maria is speaking to Sir Toby, and so she is the niece of Sir Toby, and she says she will write this love letter in the handwriting of Olivia, and I will drop this letter, this type of letters in his way. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our own hands. And something forgotten, long ago forgotten matter. So this lady Olivia probably will not be able to make distinction of her own handwriting. Sir Toby, excellent. A small device means good idea. Sir Andrew, I haven't in my nose too. Sir Toby, he shall think by the letters thou wilt drop that they will come from my niece, and that she is in love with him. So you will make a fool of him by dropping letters in his way, and he will be fooled into believing that the letters are from Olivia. Maria, my purpose is indeed a horse of that color. So she is not using the word donkey, but she says, okay, I want to make a fool of him. Sir Andrew, and your horse now would make him an ass. So Sir Andrew says, okay, you call him a horse by decency, but he is an ass and he will remain an ass. Maria, ass, I doubt not. So Maria confirms that yes, certainly he is an ass. Sir Andrew, oh, it will be admirable. Means it will be, this scheme is beautiful, and what a fool Malvolio is going to be when you drop the letters in his way, and he will think that these letters are from the Countess Olivia. Maria, Sport Royal, I warrant you. I know my physique. She says, I know what my medicine is, means what is my plan. Will work with him. I will plant you two, means you two people will be hidden there, and let the fool make a third, and the fool will also be watching there where he shall find the letter, and so you will be in the background and he will find the letters. So you will notice what is the reaction and what is the meaning of the letter he gets. For this night, to bed and dream on the event farewell. So Maria says good night to them. Sir Toby, good night. Penthesilea was a very large and fierce queen of Amazon. She is not that large, she is a small built lady, Maria, but yes, they say good night to Maria. Sir Andrew, before me means I swear, she is a good wench is girl, she is a good girl. Sir Toby, she is a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that? So Sir Toby, he is boasting, and she says she is a hunter dog, and she is going to hunt down Malvolio, and she is like beagle is a hunter dog and is a good companion, and that is of good breeding, and he also brags. Sir Toby also brags that she adores him. But somebody questions him like that, and what of that? What is uncommon? She does adore me. And then, Sir Andrew also starts bragging, and he says, yes, I was adored once too. So these two people are fooling themselves, and the fool is taking the opportunity to make fun of them. Sir Toby led to bed tonight. So Sir Toby is asking the knight to go to bed. Thou hadst need send for money. Look, the plan of Sir Toby is for asking this fool Andrew Aguecheek to stay here is to make him believe that probably he is going to win the hand of Olivia, whereas there are no really chance. Sir Toby is stopping Sir Andrew Aguecheek only because he wants to extract money from him for his drinking, and that is all. Sir Andrew, if I cannot recover your niece, means if I cannot win your niece, means Olivia, I am a foul way out, so I will go out. Sir Toby, send for money, knight. So Toby does not answer his knight's winning of Olivia or not. He is asking Andrew to send somebody to fetch money from his home. If thou hadst her not in the end, call me cut. So Sir Toby assures him that okay, definitely you are going to win Olivia. Sir Andrew, if I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will. So as for money, I don't care. I will definitely get money. Sir Toby, come. I will go burn. Burn means I will become warm. Some sack is a type of Spanish wine. It's too late to go to bed now. So it is too late a part of time, and so come night, and they exude, and they don't plan to sleep now because they want to drink till morning. So that's the end of the scene 3. I hope you enjoyed it.